Doo-dum, doo-dum, doo-dum. Sorry about that, but I didn't want to get a copyright claim for the Jaws theme. Jaws is one of the greatest movies of all time, and it basically invented the concept of the summer blockbuster. Jaws also caused a decrease in beach vacations and an increase in shark hunting, so it basically just replaced one vacation idea for another. Jaws takes place on Amity Island, a peaceful tourist island town in Massachusetts, and it begins with young people on the beach drinking and smoking, and oh my god. Did you see that Keith brought a guitar? Don't look at it. You know he's gonna play it if you draw attention to it. Hey, Keith. Yeah. No, yeah, the song Desperado is amazing. No, that's okay. You don't have to play it. I'm sure you do know how to play it. That's why you brought it up in conversation completely unprompted. Chrissy Watkins catches the eye of a young suitor who musters up the courage to go talk to her. "What's up, babe? I couldn't help but notice how beautiful you looked sitting by this flaming trash can surrounded by piles of garbage. I just had to come over and get your story." "Oh, where are you going?" I'm sorry. I really don't mind the garbage smell." So the two lovebirds take off to go skinny dipping, but the guy, whose name is either Dirk, Bennett, Remington, Cole, Sterling, Parker, Finn, Clark, Spencer, Bentley, Sebastian, Bradford, Thatcher, Preston, Briggs, Blaine, or Roland, is so drunk that he passes out on the beach while Chrissy continues swimming, and we are then treated to one of the most horrific death scenes in movie history that doesn't even show anything. Like f***ing hell, Spielberg. Also, screw night swimming. When I go swimming, I have to see what is underneath the water. Not even just because of sharks, but like, what if someone dumped an old washing machine and my foot gets stuck and I drown when the tide comes in? And just like the people that are afraid of the ocean because of this movie, I'm afraid of the ocean because of half-remembered episodes of Baywatch. The next day, we meet the new chief of police, Martin Brody, who moved his family from New York to Amity Island despite being terrified of the ocean.
"How come the sun didn't used to shine on here?"
We bought the house in the fall. This is summer.
Chief Brody learning about the azimuth of the sun? Now that's what I call a shark movie.
It must be in the backyard.
In Amity, you say yard.
They're in the yard, not too far from the car.
And we get an impromptu dialect coaching session. And to affect a New England accent, Brody can also repeat the phrase, "I packed the car in Harvard Yard." I do the same thing like when I do an Irish accent. I'll say, "Hoi to toi toi toi," first to get the correct inflections. Or if it's Scottish, I say, "No thank you, I'll proceed directly to the injection of hard drugs, please." Or if I need to do a Pierce Brosnan accent, I just drink heavily because that one is impossible. And then of course there's the Midwestern accent. You just say, "Hey, all I gotta do is just put on my tennis shoes to head on down to the gas station to buy a pop. You wanna come with?" "Oh, sorry, I didn't know you were on the phone." Oh man, we really do sound deranged. Why the hell do we call them tennis shoes?
I got hit by a vampire.
Vampire? I thought this was a shark movie. The line is supposed to be, "Mom, I got bitten by a shark," and that would then jumpstart Brody's obsessive hunt for the shark that bit his son.
"Those swings are dangerous. Stay off there. I haven't fixed
I'm
them."
gonna live. It's not the prettiest
Hello.
thing I've ever seen.
You know, Spielberg was young, and you're gonna make some mistakes, but that one is just glaring. Like, he answered the phone, but he clearly didn't answer it. Oh, rookie mistake. They should have named this movie Flaws, am I right? Brody gets a call about a missing person, and he interviews Brock, Dirk, Bennett, Remington, Cole, Sterling, Parker, Finn, Clark, Spencer, Bentley, Sebastian, Bradford, Thatcher, Preston, Briggs, Blaine, or Roland about what might have happened to Chrissy.
You mean she ran out on you?
No, sir. She must have drowned.
This would be my explanation every time a girl stopped returning my calls. "Hey, so whatever happened with Jane?" "Oh, she must have drowned." "Oh. Okay, I just figured she wasn't interested anymore." No, she most likely submerged under the water, and once she was no longer able to hold her breath, it's conceivable that water began entering her trachea, probably causing a muscular spasm that sealed the airway, preventing further passage of water. And that process was likely not interrupted, which caused the loss of consciousness due to hypoxia. And for all one knows, that was followed rapidly by cardiac arrest. It's the most likely scenario, and I don't even know why we're still talking about it. Oh, that's weird, just because I saw her at the mall this morning. Oh, that's just your grief talking. Yeah, you're gonna see her face everywhere for a while. Oh, you can't blow a whistle that hard in the summer heat. Poor Deputy Hendricks. He got lightheaded. Pace yourself, buddy. Quick, short bursts on the tutor. And Brody is filling out his report when his secretary Polly comes in.
Yes, Keith.
Now, we got a bunch of calls about that karate school. It seems that the 9-year-olds from the school have been karateing the picket fences.
Now, Polly is played by Peggy Scott in her only acting credit, and she absolutely nails it. Like, this chick became an actor at age 70, had a supporting role in Jaws, and retired without a single bad movie under her belt. Legend. The initial probable cause of death is listed as a shark attack, and Chief Brody wants to close the beaches immediately, so he heads into town to start the process. News team, assemble! And when the mayor, Larry Vaughn, finds out, he tells Brody that he can't close the beach. The mayor then offers an alternative cause of death and gets the medical examiner to say that it was probably a boating accident and not a shark attack.
Amity is a summer town. We need summer dollars. You yell barracuda. Everybody says, huh? What? You yell shark. We've got a panic on our hands on the 4th of July.
I don't know. If I'm in the ocean and someone yells barracuda, I'm probably the first person out of there. I don't know enough about barracudas, and that's precisely why they would be so scary. I mean, hell, dolphins are sweet, majestic creatures, but if one swam up to me, I would bop it on the nose and be halfway to the parking lot before anyone knew what was up. And everyone's like, oh no, dolphins are such nice creatures. And I'm like, I don't want to get bit. And then they're all like, oh, dolphins don't bite. And I'm like, they got teeth, don't they? Hell, horses bite. Any animal can and will bite you, except a blobfish. I imagine some kind of weird yet kind of soothing gumming action. So Mayor Vaughn successfully shuts down all this shark hullabaloo, and the beaches will remain open. And so then naturally, almost immediately, Jaws claims his second and third victims when he eats Pippet the dog and young Alex Kittner. And Alex's grandmother is beside herself, and she offers a $3,000 bounty for the man or men who catch and kill the shark. If a woman somehow kills the shark, then she will get $1,200 just so we can keep the status quo. And they just refer to him as the shark, but that's only because they don't know his name yet. So 2 people have been eaten by sharks in 2 days, and the powers that be are definitely in spin mode.
It's a small story. I'm going to bury it as deep as I can. The ad is going to run in the back along with the grocery ad.
And the local newspaper editor says that he'll bury the story in the back of the newspaper. Man, suppressing information from the public at large, coroner changing cause of death, mayor not closing the beaches despite overwhelming evidence. Amity is definitely an American town. Also, did anyone else think that besides the twice daily shark attacks and corruption at literally every level of government, Amity seems like a pretty nice place to live?
Is that $3,000 bounty on the shark in cash or check?
And you know, I think for tax purposes, that's actually a very good question. Now, I know that he was just asking to be a dick, but I think we should circle back to this issue later. They call a town meeting, and Brody declares that they're closing the beaches, but the mayor says that it's only for 24 hours.
Only 24 hours.
24 hours is like 3 weeks. Like, does Amity Island rotate on its axis slower than the rest of the Earth, thus making the day the equivalent of 21 Earth days? Man, shark attacks and amateur astronomy? That's why we're the #1 channel on YouTube. Oh my god, is that our actual rank? Oh god, I told everyone I was #1. I just didn't look further to the right. Oh no, I'm gonna look so stupid. The meeting is interrupted by local, extremely intense shark hunter Quint, who says that he'll find the shark for $3,000, but he'll kill it for $10,000. So just like in The Sandlot when they try to retrieve the Babe Ruth ball, things begin primitively.
We better catch something. This is my wife's holiday.
That looks like a cow's stomach. The next day, fishermen begin to swarm Amity, hoping to net the $3,000 bounty. And I bet if they knew that this guy gets $10,000 if he kills a shark, they'd be pretty pissed.
Then can you tell me if there's a good restaurant or hotel on the island?
You walk straight ahead.
Yeah, they're all gonna die. You know those 8 guys in the fantail launch out there?
Yeah?
Well, none of them are gonna get out of the harbor alive.
I love Richard Dreyfuss in this. In fact, everyone is just so perfectly cast in this movie.
When we get them silly bastards down in that rock pile, there'll be some fun. They'll wish their fathers had never met their mothers when they start taking their bottoms out and slamming into them rocks, boy.
Like the casting sheet said they needed someone to play a fisherman who was actively having a stroke. And boom. Like lightning in a bottle. Just top-notch casting. Guys, you gotta spread out, guys. You got a whole ocean to work with. Oh, sweet Jesus. So Matt Hooper is from the Oceanographic Institute, and he comes to the island to help Brody deal with the shark problem. And after analyzing the remains of Chrissy, he determines that she was in fact killed by a shark. Some fishermen manage to catch and kill a shark, but Hooper is not convinced that it's the shark that they're looking for.
What kind of shark?
It's a tiger shark.
A what?
He said it's a tiger shark, bud. And Hooper wants to cut the shark open to be sure. And just then, Alex Kintner's grandmother comes directly from the funeral and blames Brody for her grandson's death.
You knew there was a shark out there, but you let people go swimming anyway. But still, my boy is dead now.
Oh my God, that's Alex's mother? I apologize. She seemed way older. I am normally better about gauging these types of things. No disrespect to the actress who plays her. I am so sorry.
I'm sorry, Martin. She's wrong.
It's a real profile in courage by the mayor to not speak up about his involvement in Alex's death and then whispering his support to Brody. He is a politician through and through.
All right, fellas. Let's cut this ugly son of a bitch down before it stinks up the whole island.
His name is Matt, and he hasn't had time to freshen up. Leave him alone. So they cut the shark open and realize that it's not the shark they're looking for, and they go out to investigate in the middle of the night, and they find Ben Gardner's boat abandoned. Matt dives down and finds a great white shark tooth and the partially eaten body of Ben Gardner. So, did Jaws bite his eye? Or did Jaws just, kill him and then a fish ate his eye? Mayor Vaughn still isn't convinced, and he won't close the beaches because it would ruin the economy.
And what did you say the name of this shark is?
I name every shark I find. This one's name is Jaws. And then the mayor deflects attention and resources to something that doesn't even matter.
Sick vandalism. Now, I want those little paint-happy bastards caught and hung up by their Buster Browns.
And, I think I've very well established that Mayor Vaughn is the perfect politician, so no need to belabor the point.
It's a beautiful day. The beaches are open, and the people are having a wonderful time. Amity, as you know, means friendship.
I was looking up what amity actually means to make a joke, and my stupid ass finally found out, after almost 4 decades, that amity actually does mean friendship. Oh, never felt more dumb. I just thought it was like a catchy slogan. So the summer tourists begin flooding into Amity, but everyone's afraid to go swimming. So to demonstrate just how much amity means friendship, the mayor forces one of his friends to sacrifice his children to the god of summer dollars.
Please, get in the water.
And everyone is suddenly cool with swimming again until a dorsal fin is sighted, and everyone panics and races out of the water. Some do it with less grace and poise than others. Like I said, can't even make fun of this guy. I don't know what I would do if I was in a sheer panic because there was a shark coming. Actually, it would probably be way worse. I'd probably throw those children behind me so, that the shark would eat them first. Yeah. It's not my proudest hypothetical moment. It ends up being a prank, which actually distracted everyone from the real shark, and Jaws eats an extremely Massachusetts scoutmaster.
Hey, you guys okay over there?
You guys okay over there? Parked my car at Harvard Yard. And I guess there's some debate about whether or not Jaws is a horror movie, and let me put that debate to rest right now, because this is the scariest shot in any movie ever. Even scarier than the Gorax. There. It's out there. I said it. Not taking it back. And in order to deflect from this, the mayor calls for the 2 hoodlums to be executed in the town square. No mention of what's to become of their Buster Browns, though. Mayor Vaughn finally agrees to hire Quint to kill the shark.
My kids were on that beach too.
I don't think the fact that you didn't care about the safety and well-being of your own children either is going to calm your constituents. So Quint accepts the contract, but he then adds an extra $200 a day, 2 cases of brandy, and Brody has to buy him dinner of champagne, pate, Iranian caviar, and a color TV. Pretty sophisticated taste for a man who in all likelihood smells like absolute piss. So this motley crew sets out to kill Jaws once and for all. You've got the grizzled alcoholic boat captain, the trust fund academic, and the police chief who is addicted to huffing Old Spice apparently. And that night they're getting drunk comparing battle scars when Quint tells the story of how he was on the USS Indianapolis.
You know the thing about a shark, he's got lifeless eyes, black eyes, like a doll's eyes.
So basically how my eyes look whenever anyone tells a joke that lasts longer than 30 seconds. Setup and punchline, people. Do not add extraneous details. And when they're on deck, a meteor flies through the sky behind them, and it's been confirmed that this is the meteor that was carrying Lou Gossett Jr.'s character from Jaws 3. So they're out on the ocean for a while, and we finally get our first glimpse of Jaws, and I gotta say, it still holds up. I mean, it looks a little bit fake, but CGI can do a lot of things, but when it comes to sharks, they're close. They're not quite there yet, and I'll give Deep Blue Sea a pass every time because that movie is just awesome. I don't care how shitty the sharks look. So Jaws begins hunting them, and they end up attaching 3 barrels to him, but it doesn't slow him down because he's like a little Hercules.
Coast Guard, this is the York. Do you...
You know, Jaws made people afraid to go in the water, and it also made people afraid of grizzled old sea captains. So they finally start to head to shore with Jaws in pursuit, but Quint pushes the boat too hard, and he loses his damn mind, and the boat finally dies. Quint hands out life jackets, and nope. Right here is where I just start chugging seawater. Just end it.
I can pump 20 cc's of strychnine nitrate into him, but if I can get him close enough to this cage, I think I could get him in the mouth or the eye.
Shark will rip that cage to pieces.
You got any better suggestions?
Someone mentioned something about drinking seawater. Brody, it might have been you?
Cage goes in the water. You go in the water. Shark's in the water. Our shark.
And it's actually even worse than that because Hooper doesn't even have his glasses on. So Hooper's in the cage waiting to find Jaws and, oh my god, get your arms inside at least. And Hooper readies the spear when Jaws attacks him from behind and the spear falls to the bottom. And Jaws tears the cage to pieces and Hooper escapes to go live out his days at the bottom of the ocean. And then Jaws just free willies it and eats the boat and Quint. And Brody manages to throw an air tank in the shark's mouth. And we are treated to one of the coolest scenes in movie history.
Smile, you son of a...
Second only to this scene.
Get out! Quick! Get away!
I love it. So I realize I don't have enough oxygen to set up permanent residence under the sea. Oh hey, you killed the shark, all right. So Jaws' reign of terror is over. At least this particular Jaws' reign of terror is over. I'm guessing it's his kids in the sequel that are out for revenge for their dad. And I have to say, doing this channel has been amazing. I want to thank not just the people on this list, but everyone in the comments and on social media who've been insanely supportive of this channel over the years. And that's why it is with a heavy heart that I feel the need to tell you that this is my last video. Until next week. Oh my god, I am so sorry. I was reading off a teleprompter and there was a delay while it was scrolling. Although looking back at the script, I don't know why it reads like I'm dying. We've had some shakeups around the office. I've got a new scriptwriter. I deeply apologize. I will see you all next week. I am so sorry for any confusion. Oh my god.